I worked at day camp in Montreal in the 1960s, and we had a scavenger hunt one evening for the staff. And some of the items we had to pick up, for example, was a placemat from Piazza Tommaso restaurant. We had to pick up a business card from the old Miss Montreal. We also had creative items like a phone booth. Well, how are you going to get a phone booth into a car, and who's going to steal it? So we had 4 people pretend they were the walls of the phone booth. One person had a princess phone at home, and we used that as our phone for the phone booth. Well, we recently held a swing dance for Valentine's Day, which was very successful, but this is our first annual scavenger hunt. We thought that this would be an ideal fundraiser for Kingston and area. Teams of 4 register to compete against other teams of 4. We'll be meeting at 1:30, between 1:30 and 2 at the Senior Centre on Francis Street on Saturday, April 9th. And hopefully teams will pre-register on our website or by calling the centre. They will be given lists at 2 p.m. of items that they have to scour the city for. We go all the way from the former Pittsburgh Township to the former Kingston Township. They will be collecting these items, bringing them back to the Senior Centre by 4 o'clock, and we will have prizes and refreshments at that time. Teams of 4 compete against other teams of 4, 1 to 4 people. The fee is $25 per team. Children under 6 do not count as team members, but they're more than welcome to participate. And we hope to have a lot of fun.
Independent Living Centre Kingston is a disability resource centre. We've been in Kingston for over 25 years now. We've been in this location here at 540 Montreal Street for a year and a half. We offer information, support, and skills building programs for people with disabilities and their families. Independent Living Centre offers services to people with any type of disabilities. So whether it be physical disabilities, mental health issues, blind, visually impaired individuals, we would service anyone. So one of our main services that we offer here is our information and support services. So people come here looking for anything to do with their disability, whether it be looking for information on home modifications if they've acquired a physical disability and they want to make changes to their homes. They would contact us and we would provide them the information on how to do that. We would let them know where they can acquire funding. That's just one example. We might also offer services that support people with finding home care, those kinds of things. One of the big things that we also offer a lot of support around is accessing government programs and services or community services as well. Oftentimes people come to us for one service, and once they get here we find out that they really need more than what they came in for. For example, someone may be accessing social assistance and they have a disability. They may want to access the Ontario Disability Support Program for income supports. So we would help them with that application process. What might happen in the process is we find out that they don't have a family doctor. So then we would back up a little bit and say, okay, you need to find a family doctor in order to access these government services as well, because having a doctor is part of the application process. So helping them do that. I mean, once they're here, we might also find out they don't have any food in their house, so they have to access the food bank. So we support them in accessing the food bank as well, and finding some food to have in their house. Well, as a nonprofit charitable organization, we look for funding from all over the place. So we oftentimes get program funding through different ministries, through the government as well. Fundraising is a big part of it. Fundraising supports all of our programs and services, and really that's how we help people, is through donor dollars and fundraising. So that would support our direct services.
Organizing any fundraising activity requires a lot of time and effort. Some require more time and effort than others. We've been trying to get as much publicity out there as possible. We've been very fortunate in that Fly FM and The Drive have been our media sponsors and have spots on the radio. Profile Kingston has picked up our event, and they're running something, and COGECO, of course. We really appreciate the TV exposure. We have posters around the city and hope teams will register. People can register on our website, www.ilckingston.com. We're always looking for volunteers to help with our events, and if anybody would like to volunteer, they can call the centre at 613-542-8353 anytime between 9 and 4:30 weekdays.
Disability affects everybody, whether it affects the actual individual, it could affect a family member. Disability can happen to anybody at any time. It could happen as a result of an injury. It could happen as a result of a progressive disease or illness that would, that could affect anybody, really. So it affects everyone.